Welcome back, dear students. Today I am here to explain the second lesson in your MCB textbook, Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. So, before you read this lesson, you should know that Long Walk to Freedom is an autobiography written by Nelson Mandela. And in this lesson, he is explaining his experiences, and he is even denoting the situation that once prevailed in South Africa. So here you can see, before you read, apartheid is a political system that separates people according to their race. And can you say which of the three countries named below had such a political system until very recently? So this term is very important. Apartheid. Apartheid is a political system that is separating the people according to their race, and that existed in South Africa. And you might have heard about Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela and his African National Congress, ANC. This is the name of the party made by Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela spent a lifetime fighting against apartheid. He was against the political discrimination on the basis of race. He was against apartheid. And Mandela had to spend 30 years in prison. About 27 to 30 years he spent in prison. He was imprisoned. And finally, democratic elections were held in South Africa in 1994. This is also very important. Democratic elections were conducted in South Africa in 1994. And Mandela became the first president, black president of a new nation. New nation, that it means that a new nation that is elected on the basis of democratic election. So two things that is here. Apartheid means is a political system that is separating the people according to their race, and that existed in South Africa. And Nelson Mandela had spent about 30 years in prison, and in 1994 his party, African National Congress, ANC, won the election, and he became the first black president of a new nation. New nation, the terms, it means that new South Africa that is being elected, the members have been elected on the basis of democratic elections. And this extract, Long Walk to Freedom, is actually the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. And in this extract, we can see he is mentioning about the inauguration ceremony of the new government, and it happened on 10th May 1994. So the new government was inaugurated during 10th May 1994. So this is the things you have to keep in mind before going to the lesson in detail. And in the next paragraph, we can see how Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president. Nelson Mandela has become South Africa's first black president after more than 3 centuries of white rule. So they were under the captivation of white, means the British. And Nelson Mandela became the first black president after 3 centuries of white rule, means about 300 years South Africa was under the captivation of the whites. And Mr. Mandela's African National Congress is the party that has been made by Mandela. He is a founder and he is a president of this party. And they won 252 of the 400 seats in the first democratic elections of South Africa's history. So the total number of seats were 400, and out of that they won 252 seats. Nelson Mandela's party won 252 seats. The inauguration ceremony took place in the Union Buildings Amphitheatre in Pretoria today. So here one new term is there, amphitheatre. Amphitheatre means a building without a roof and with many rows of seats rising in steps, like you can see in a stadium. Imagine the half portion of a stadium. It has been divided into equal halves. Then we will get an amphitheater. Means the seats are raising in steps. That is called an amphitheater. So here we can see the inauguration ceremony of the new government took place in the Union Buildings Amphitheater in Pretoria. Pretoria is the capital, one among the capital of South Africa, and the inauguration ceremony took place in the Union Buildings Amphitheater. The name of the building is Union Buildings, and there we are having an amphitheater. They are having an amphitheater. So there the inauguration ceremony took place, and it was attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries around the world. So it was a grand ceremony. So all the politicians and the dignitaries, well-known people from 140 countries around the world joined for this inauguration ceremony. Never, never again will this beautiful land experience the oppression of one by another, said Nelson Mandela in his address. So in his address during the inauguration ceremony, Nelson Mandela claimed that never, never again this beautiful land means South Africa, will not experience the oppression of one by another man. Nobody will be there to oppress anyone. And this was a pledge given by Nelson Mandela during this inauguration ceremony. Jubilant scenes on the streets of Pretoria followed the ceremony with blacks, whites and colored celebrating together. More than 1 lakh South African men, women and children of all races sang and danced with joy. So here the word jubilant. Jubilant means happy, very brilliant, bright. Bright scenes were there in Pretoria. And the streets were covered with blacks, whites and the colored celebrating together. All the people were celebrating there together, and we can see more than 1 lakh South African men, women and children of all races that were singing and dancing with joy. So this is an introduction to this lesson. You should keep in mind about apartheid, about African National Congress, then about 10th May 1994 and about Pretoria. From this page, the extract actually begins. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union Buildings in Pretoria. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy, and now it was a site of a rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. So, the first line itself, there is a word 10th May. 10th May is denoting the day where Nelson Mandela, along with his fellow members, pledged for his nation. And it was dawn bright and clear, means 10th May was the day when Nelson Mandela saw him as the first black head of state. And it was after years of struggle that his anti-racist party came into power. Anti-racist party means ANC, African National Congress, came into power after many years of struggle. And until then, the seat had always been occupied by the white presidents. And that is why the author, Nelson Mandela, is referring to this day as bright and clear. Okay, he is referring the day as bright and clear because this is the day after many years of struggle, they have occupied the seat that was once occupied by the vice president, and now this seat is being occupied by the anti-racist party. And it was a morning full of hope, and days before this date, many notable personalities started congratulating him for his victory, and for the first time in the country's history, so many international leaders came together for the inauguration ceremony. And the ceremony took place in an open circular building. Okay, The ceremony took place in an open circular building made of sandstone, and it is consisting of union buildings in the Pretoria city. So there is one word, sandstone. Sandstone means it is a sedimentary rock that is consisting of sand or quartz cemented together, typically that is red, yellow, brown in color. And dignitaries means a person considered to be important because of high rank or office. Okay, so in the first paragraph we can see Nelson Mandela is mentioning about the peculiarity of that day, and he is mentioning it as bright and clear because after many years of struggle, now the blacks are able to occupy the seat that was once occupied by the whites. On that lovely autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Senani. On the podium, Mr. De Klerk was first sworn in as Deputy President. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as the first Deputy President. When it was my turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the Constitution and to devote myself to the well-being of the Republic and its people. In this paragraph, we can see the inauguration ceremony. Okay, here the author was accompanied by his daughter Senani on his big day. And first the two vice presidents took an oath. Then when it was his turn came, he committed to respect, protect and abide by the Constitution and to devote his entire self into the welfare of the country. To the assembled guest and the watching world, I said, today all of us do, by our presence here, confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. We who were outlaws not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country, of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, for human dignity. So, here one word is there, outlaws. Outlaws means because of the policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa. That is called outlaws. Outlaws means many countries had earlier broken the diplomatic relation with South Africa because of the policy of apartheid. Okay. So here the author mentions some part of his speech where he said that everyone by his presence was giving rise to hope for a new beginning. They are having a hope for a new beginning, and previous rulers were discriminatory and lasted for long, but the ones who were given the opportunity to rule now, that is which party? African National Congress, would stand up against discrimination. And he is glad to host a ceremony with the presence of global leaders. And it is an achievement in itself. And there was a time when South Africa, for practicing apartheid, lost all its international political relationships. And now, when there is no separation or segregation on the basis of race and gender, other nations are happy to have healthy democratic relationships with South Africa. And finally, they have come to power and they pledged to make everyone proud. And he thanked everyone, especially the international leaders, for joining them in celebrating their achievement, which is a step towards an equal society where every human will be treated fair enough. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience oppression of one by another. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. Here, some words are there like emancipation. Emancipation means the fact or process of being set free from legal, social, or political restriction. That is called emancipation. Then, bondage means the state of being a slave. And deprivation, it is already given in your textbook. Deprivation means the damaging lack of material benefits considered to be the basic necessities in a society. And reign means rule or govern. So here Nelson Mandela mentions that after great struggle they have finally achieved political freedom. They means South Africans have achieved political freedom, and his government promised to free everyone of the still existing poverty, hardship and inequalities of all kinds, along with assuring everyone of a country where no community will be considered inferior. And he then exclaims that freedom should rule and may God shower his blessings on their land, that is South Africa. A few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South African jets, helicopters, and troop carriers roared in perfect formation over the Union buildings. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy, to a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. Only moments before, the highest generals of the South African Defence Force and Police, their chests becked with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of the new South African flag. Just after the newly elected presidents addressed the audience, an impressive arrangement of fighter jets, helicopter, and soldier transporters raised everyone's heads up in the sky. So here we can see the words like Ave. Ave means amazed. Then troop means soldiers or armed forces. Then bedecked means decorate. And trial means a chain. And chevron means a pattern in the shape of a V. So here we can see just after the presidents addressed the audience, an impressive arrangement of fighter jets, helicopter and soldier transporters raised everyone's heads up in the sky. And it symbolized perfection as well as military's respect and obedience towards the free country. The high commanders who have won medals for their bravery also saluted and promised their loyalty towards Nelson Mandela. And Mandela mentioned that he was well aware that these commanders who were now saluting him would have arrested him under the previous rule as during the oppressive white supremacy. And he was considered to be a criminal. The air show finally ended by making of the South African flag in the sky from smoke beneath the jets. The day was symbolized for me by playing of our two national anthems and the vision of white singing Soki Sikekele, I Africa, and black singing Dice Jam, the old anthem of the Republic. Although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem that once despised, they would soon know the words by heart. So here the word despise. Despise means hated or having a very low opinion. That is called despised. So here the author remembers the day as a playing of two national anthems of the country. That is one for the whites and another for the blacks. And on that day no one knew the wordings of the anthem of the blacks. But Mandela was confident that everyone would soon learn this anthem that they once hated. So what is the specialty of the blacks national anthem? All the whites hated that national anthem and they don't know the meaning of the anthem. So now Mandela is confident that everyone would soon learn this anthem that they once hated.